From starting a family business on their daughter's resting space to being responsible for most of their own problems. This is the legacy of the Dutton family in Yellowstone. Get ready for a wild ride through the captivating story of this all-American family. Back in the late 1800s, James and Margaret Dutton, two Tennessee trailblazers, set out to conquer the American frontier. They were aiming for Oregon, but life had other plans, my friends. Their daughter's tragic accident changed everything. Instead of giving up, the Duttons chose to make her final resting place their new home, Paradise Valley in Montana. Talk about turning tragedy into destiny. Fast forward a decade, and things take an unexpected turn. James bites the dust, leaving his young sons, John and Spencer, in a tight spot. They were just a couple of greenhorns, not ready to wrangle a ranch. But fear not. James's brother, Jacob, and his fiery wife, Kara, ride in to save the day. With Jacob and Kara leading the charge, the ranch becomes more than just a patch of land. It becomes an empire. They pour their blood, sweat, and tears into transforming this slice of heaven into something extraordinary. Imagine the scene: wide open skies, majestic mountains, and a family of fierce ranchers ready to take on the world. The Dutton Ranch is more than a place. It's a symbol of the American spirit. It's where legends are born and destinies are shaped. This isn't your average backyard barbecue. It's a grand adventure filled with more twists and turns than a wild bronco ride. The Dutton Ranch was the place to be, and it witnessed generations of the family living on it, thriving and taking over the town. We already talked about its start back in 1883 with James and Margaret Dutton, played by the dynamic duo of Tim McGraw and Faith Hill. Now, fast forward to 1923, where we meet Jacob and Kara Dutton, portrayed by the legendary Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren. Jacob, James's brother, takes charge of the family ranch after the passing of their parents. He's not alone, though. Kara, his loving wife, stands by his side through thick and thin. Together, they become the guardians of John, James and Margaret's son, and his son Jack. It's a family affair, y'all. But wait, there's more to this tale. We can't forget about Claire, James and Jacob's sister. She started on that fateful journey in 1883, seeking adventure and a better life. Little did she know that tragedy would follow her every step. After losing her daughter, husband, and all her children, Claire decided to stay behind and eventually took her own life. It's heartbreaking, isn't it? But life can take unexpected turns as Claire resurfaces as Market Equity's Sarah Atwood in Yellowstone Season 5. Let's fast forward again to 1923, where we encounter John and Emma Dutton, played by the talented James Badge Dale and Marley Shelton. John, the lead ranch manager, finds himself in a dangerous situation that leads to his murder at the hands of a sheep herder, Banner Creighton. Talk about a twist that'll have you on the edge of your seat. And what about Emma? Well, they haven't expanded their family yet, leaving us wondering what lies ahead. But fear not, because there's Jack, John and Emma's firstborn, portrayed by Darren Mann. He's a hardworking member of the Yellowstone Ranch, assisting his great-uncle Jacob while preparing for his upcoming wedding to Elizabeth Stratford. The future of the Dutton legacy rests on Jack's shoulders, and we can't help but wonder if he's a young John Dutton Jr. Let's not forget about John Dutton II. He's John Dutton III's father, and quite possibly either John and Emma's second son or an older version of Jack Dutton. Taylor Sheridan hints that there might be room for more stories about John Dutton II in spin-offs set in the 40s and 60s. It's like a goldmine of family drama, just waiting to be unearthed. And what about Spencer, John, and Elsa's brother in 1923? Brandon Sklenar brings him to life as a lion-hunting adventurer abroad. Born after James and Margaret settled in Montana, he didn't make an appearance in 1883. After fighting in World War I, he found himself on a dangerous journey across the ocean to make it back home. Spencer's dedication and bravery add another layer of excitement to the Dutton family saga. Coming to the man himself, John Dutton III, portrayed by the iconic Kevin Costner. The head honcho, the governor of Montana, and the proud father of four, Lee, Beth, Casey, and Jamie, although he's technically adopted. John's wife, Evelyn, tragically lost her life in a horseback riding accident, leaving him to figure out life while protecting his generational land from powerful rivals and greedy hedge funds. It's a battle for the ages, and the stakes couldn't be higher. As we go deeper into the lives of the Dutton family, we witness the heartbreaking loss of Lee, the fiery determination of Beth, the complicated journey of Jamie, and the transformation of Casey from an estranged son to a true Dutton. We've to talk about Tate, the youngest member of the family, learning the ropes and preparing to inherit the ranch. The legacy of the Duttons hangs in the balance, and mixed-race heritage adds an intriguing twist to the tale. But wait, there's a glimmer of excitement on the horizon. The possibility of Matthew McConaughey joining the Yellowstone sequel is enough to make any fan go crazy. Will he be a long-lost family member? A cousin? Or maybe he'll take on the iconic role of John Dutton himself? No matter the outcome, one thing's for sure. McConaughey's presence will bring a whole new level of charisma and charm to the Dutton legacy. The family tree continues to expand, but so do the challenges they face year after year, but some of them are a result of their actions. From the very first episode, we're confronted with a dark tradition that sets the stage for the Duttons' morally questionable actions. Rip, played by the rugged Cole Hauser, Brand's poor Jimmy, portrayed by the talented Jefferson White, with a mark that signifies a lifetime of servitude on the Yellowstone ranch. It's like cattle branding, but on a whole other level. Imagine being told that your only chance at survival is to work your entire life on the ranch or face a deadly fate. It's downright chilling and raises serious ethical concerns. Leading this twisted tradition is the head of the family, John Dutton. He takes in vulnerable young men with limited options and demands their unwavering loyalty in exchange for a place to call home. He goes so far as to brand his son, cementing their allegiance through a cattle mark. Loyalty is one thing, but this feels more like a cult, where independence and freedom are sacrificed for the sake of blind obedience. It's a chilling peek into the Dutton family dynamics. But that's not the only dark secret lurking in the shadows of the show. The family has a chilling spot called the train station. Picture this: an isolated area on a cliffside road that falls outside the jurisdiction of any law enforcement. It's a place where the Duttons dispose of anyone who poses a threat to their power and dominance. No trial, no jury, just a one-way ticket to the afterlife. If you ask me, that isn't the kind of behavior you'd expect from the so-called good guys. And the drama doesn't end there, folks. Within the Dutton family itself, we witness a tangled web of dysfunction and trauma. Beth, portrayed by the fierce Kelly Riley, bears the brunt of her family's abuse. In a heartbreaking flashback, we see her mother blame her for a tragic accident, setting the stage for a toxic relationship with her brother Jamie, played by the brooding Wes Bentley. Their battles, both physical and emotional, are like fireworks, leaving scars that run deep. It's a reminder that the wounds of the past shape the behavior of the present. Yet the most controversial issue of all is the Duttons' claim to the land they call home. The Yellowstone universe, with its prequels and rich history, sheds light on the tragic conflicts that arose from Western expansion and the impact on Native communities. In 1883, James Dutton received the land as a gift from a native tribe with the understanding that it would be returned to their descendants after 7 generations. Yet here we are several generations later, with the Duttons holding on tight to their lifestyle while the reservation faces ongoing struggles. In the end, the question remains: are the Duttons the righteous protectors of their family's legacy? Or are they simply playing a dangerous game, clinging to power at any cost? It's easy to see the problems faced by generations of the family, and fascinating to see how it's all playing out on the screen. So, from being responsible for most of their own problems, to starting a family business on their daughter's resting space, this was the legacy of the Dutton family in Yellowstone.